Good afternoon. My name is Tarryn TED, and this is my analysis over the TED Talk, The Moral Bias Behind Your Search Results, by Andreas Ekstrom. Ekstrom first talks about answers he gets when he asks students why they use Google. The most common answer he gets is it's the most unbiased and reliable search result. Ekstrom then explains why that's not always the case, citing two incidents where people purposefully put images onto Google that weren't accurate. In the first instance, it was Michelle Obama, which Google fixed because it was a racist attack against her. The second was Anders Behring Breivik, which Google did not fix because the incorrect images were in protest of his political terrorist attack in 2011 in Norway that ended up killing 77 people. He explained that even though you may agree with what Google did, they still took control of the narrative. The information was still biased, and humanity's moral compass is still getting in the way of neutral facts. Andreas Ekstrom is an author based in Sweden and is very qualified to talk about search engines and bias, and is considered one of the leading authorities on the topic. He's written several books on the topic, including The Google Code, one specifically about Google's search engines. He works as a staff writer for a Swedish online newspaper and has talked to students and adults about this topic all over the world. Ekstrom is also someone who is extremely passionate about digital education. Digital education is important to him because if we live in a world where there is no gatekeeper to the digital world, then the scales of power may balance out and we can all share the wealth a little bit more. Looking at this TED Talk from a cultural and social lens, it becomes obvious that bias in search engines doesn't only depend on the bias of the company that runs it. It can also depend on the culture that the searcher is from. Different culture will see things with a different perspective and will not have the same moral biases as us. Policing the moral bias of search engines can be made difficult because of how they exist in different societies. Each different group of people may have different meanings of right and wrong, so it might be more difficult to get everyone to adopt the same way of thinking about morality and bias that Ekstrom talks about. In this clip, you will see Ekstrom speaking about our own personal biases.
To get to knowledge, you have to bring 10 or 20 or 100 facts to the table and acknowledge them and say, yes, these are all true, but because of who I am, young or old, or black or white, or gay or straight, I will value them differently. And I will say, yes, this is true, but this is more important to me than that.
In the clip you just saw, Ekstrom explained that our own perspective and biases can affect how important we see certain information as. I hope that after this presentation, you consider your bias in your search engines the next time you search something. Thank you for your time.